Nigeria's Tobi Amusan wins third straight African Games gold medal. Let's take a look.
Giving a second chance at life. And now we're underway. It's the final of the women's 100-meter hurdles. Tobi Amusan has a very comfortable lead, but Madagascar Sidoni is coming in second place. It's Amusan who defends her title. Sidoni comes across in second place to take the silver medal. Madagascar's Fiadenantua Sidoni does really well to get a silver, but Tobi Amusan, yet again, 12.89, nowhere close.
Amusan defeated Sidoni Fiadenantua of Madagascar, who ran a time of 13.19 seconds to finish second. The track queen now has a hat-trick of 100-meter hurdles African Games titles after winning the event at the last two editions in Congo-Brazzaville 2015 and Rabat 2019. Meanwhile, reacting after her win, Tobi Amusan, who was taken for a doping test, says her main aim is to prove her doubters wrong.
I'm just thankful to be out here, defending my title once again and, put another one for the team. It's an absolute pleasure, to represent myself, my family, and the country. I'm just thankful. Well, they should keep watching the TV, Keep tuning in and you see Tobi. And, I really don't care about, what people think about me. And I just come out here like I've always done, compete. Win or lose, I'm still Tobi, and, I put myself out there on the map, and, I keep doing my thing. And, if people don't believe that I'm the world record holder, stick with it. It's not my problem that they don't believe, but, at the end of the day, the young girl from Nigeria, from Africa, is still going to be out there competing.
All right, bringing us the good news from Accra, Ghana is Evi Iyomon. Evi, good morning. I hope you've recovered from celebrations. Give us a lowdown. How did it all go down yesterday?
Good morning, Vin by Dr. Anrufai. It was a very emotional scene in the stadium yesterday. Obviously, the stadium is always filled up with Ghanaians because they are the hosts, but the Nigerians that were there were ecstatic at that victory, especially with Tobi Amusan. Nigeria won 4 gold medals at the athletics yesterday. We saw Tobi Amusan clinch a gold medal. There was Okezie breaking the 37-year 400-meter record since Innocent Ebunike in 1987. He won the 400-meter gold, and a lot of joy could be seen radiating around the faces of Nigerians. Let's not forget the men's 4x100 and the women's 4x100-meter races where Nigeria clinched gold medals. Particularly for the men's 4x100-meter race, you could see the Ghanaians thinking they had won that race until it was checked again, and the anchor there, that's Ishekiri Sherishe, was confirmed the winner of that particular leg, and the team got the victory. I think it's been a big one for athletics. They've won 7 gold medals now. At the last Rabat African Games, they won 10 gold medals. So there are still chances. There's still the long jump where Esebumi will compete today. There's still the men's 4x400-meter race where Okezie and his team will still compete. Let's not forget the women's 4x400-meter. The men's long jump is still going to be on today. So Nigeria has a lot of chances to equal or even surpass their last athletics record in the African Games. But all in all, the stadium was radiating with joy when Nigeria clinched those 4 gold medals. 4 times the Nigerian anthem was played in the stadium.
Oh, isn't that just so emotional, Avi? I mean, we knew Tobi was going to do it yesterday. We said it here that she was going to do it. And true to type, Tobi just went out there, blew everybody away. And, she did that despite the fact that, goodness me, I've just moved to tears this morning. She did that despite the fact that there's been a lot of controversy back and forth as regards the doping incident around Tobi. But she didn't make that, stop her. She was so passionate about, going out there to run for Nigeria and to winning it. And I hope that case will finally be cleared at some point, and Tobi will be back to, ourselves. And Okezie, goodness me, that record is just phenomenal. Can you talk us through that and talk us and give us the medal haul now? And what's the feeling like in the team? And like I asked yesterday, you said the money has not been paid. Will the CBN just give these guys the alert as we speak now? now that they have delivered? Okezie has broken a very long time record. Toby has delivered. Goodness me, pay these guys.
Not the CBN, Ministry of Finance.
Oh, Ministry of Finance.
Yeah.
Because they said the CBN has not given their lot, you know.
Yeah. Well, first of all, I relayed your message to Toby Amuso before and after the race, and she was very excited hearing from you guys. I wish we had that interview where she was appreciating the love she gets from us here. Well, Toby Amuso, against all odds, she spoke about the doubters and everything. But it is customary for an athlete to be picked for doping. But every time Toby Amuso runs, she is the one picked. Like the 4x100 meter hits, rather the 4x100 meter final which Nigeria won. There were 3 other Nigerian athletes who ran in that particular race. So at least they could have picked one, but Toby was the one who was picked. But hopefully, I think she was able to move above the challenges psychologically and mentally, and able to reclaim her title for a 3rd time. And Okezie, I think this is his first title, gold title for Nigeria at the African Games. He won the bronze last time out. He was very ecstatic speaking about his victory as well. And now coming to the monies, it's always about the monies for these athletes. Like I said, I once again spoke to a source there from the sports ministry, and they said it's the CBN. The CBN is yet to give the monies out. And let's not forget that these athletes, all of them need to have their BVN and their NIN. Yes, their BVN and NINs. And you know, some of them are international students. Some of them don't have the BVN and NIN. So hopefully when all of this is given back to the Ministry of Finance and is portrayed back, they get their payment. But I would always say that Nigeria knows that these competitions will be held. So before time, they should compile all athletes' information to ensure that there is no talks of delays of payment during or even after games.
Well, it's the Ministry of Finance that processes payments, not the CBN, directly to athletes. So we have to get that right so that we don't misinform people. But yesterday I had asked you to talk to Toby Amuso. Congratulations to her. She did it in Brazzaville in 2015. She did it in Rabat in 2019. And she has also excelled again in Accra 2024. So congratulations to her. Congratulations also to Okezie. Congratulations to the men in the 4x100 meters who also did Nigeria proud. But my question to you, we had a gold rush yesterday. It was a night of gold for Nigeria. But what lessons can we learn from Egypt? Egypt has a gold haul of a medal haul of 167 medals. Nigeria has, I think, 90. Now, Egypt has 92 gold medals, more than the total number of Nigeria's gold medals put together. So are there lessons we can learn from Egypt, 167 to 90, and then gold medals alone from the Egyptian side, 92. I guess there are lessons that we can learn from there. And secondly, I wanted you to talk about the demonstration events. There are 7 demonstration events in these 13th African Games, including one they call Sambo, they call it. And the Nigerian Federation for Sambo is saying, they are hoping that the event will be adopted by the African Games organizers and also by the IOC, the International Olympics Committee. From what you have seen, which of these demonstration events do you think could possibly make it onto the list? I guess the medals from the demonstration events don't count. Nigeria, of course, won, 3 medals yesterday in the Sambo event.
Yes, Doctor, for the first question, that's for Egypt. I personally think that Egypt, when it comes to the African Games, they have invested a whole lot. There are 29 sports here at the African Games, and they competed in every of the 29 sports. Nigeria competed in 25 of the sports. But what is important to note is that as much as Egypt are the African champions when it comes to African Games, they are also most often regarded as African champions in football.
demonstration events. The demonstration events don't bring, they don't count on the medals table.
Yeah.
But I mean, Nigeria did well in the Sambo event yesterday. So I was wondering if any of these demonstration events, you know, had been impressive enough that they will be considered major events in the mainstream. And then Egypt, 167 medals. I mean, there must be lessons we can learn from Egypt.
No, there must be lessons, but like AB said rightly, it's investment in sports. Okay, look at most of these ministries you see. Look at wrestling, for instance. If not for the hard work of Agali, we will not have most of what we're having in wrestling. Even the likes of track and field, if not for the hard work, and I'll give Amaju Pinnick a real commendation today, because the like of Ese Brume, if not for his hard work of discovering this talent. So there's been no major funding. You can't compare it with the Egyptians that most of the ministry are funded. And we do not participate pervasively in the sports because of the challenges they have. Okay, look at what we're talking about, the dichotomy of payments till dates. Can you by any chance look at what is happening in Egypt, the Egyptian athletes? So these are the multivariated factors. And also some people will say, okay, why can't the private sector come in? The private sector would love to come in, but the economic malaise is also a problem. Look at Toby. People like Toby, yes, can get one head up because I know Premium Trust Bank have adopted Toby, she's you know, in partnership with them and things like that. But how many of the companies in the private sector can really come in and support track and field again? I remember we used to have mobile track and field back in the days. But look at the crude oil sector, struggling. So a country doing well in sports has a lot to do and is tied around the economic viability also of the country. I know there can be outliers to that analogy, but we need to get sports right. Till date, our athletes have not been paid. Just hear that.
Yeah. It comes down to sporting administration, absolutely.